You know those Cricut projects where the second you finish it, you immediately want to make 5 more? Yeah. This is one of those projects. In today's video, you're going to learn how I made these felt Polaroid frames using your Cricut, felt, and some cute little accessories. Before we start, here's all the supplies for this project. First, you'll need your Cricut machine. I used the Maker, the Cricut fabric grip or light grip mat, the rotary blade, felt in the color of your choice, of course a Polaroid photo, embroidery needles, string, beads and charm accessories, magnets, and scissors. Let's begin with step 1, uploading the frames into Cricut Design Space. If you're a part of my exclusive Substack community, you will receive access to both PNG files for the front and back that are ready for you to upload into Cricut Design Space. So once you've downloaded those files, you can open Cricut Design Space with a blank project and click Upload. Both will be uploaded as a single layer image. Next, you can resize the frames. Now, most Polaroid photos are the standard size of 2 inches by 3.3 inches. So that's what we're basing the frame size off of. I made the frame size 3.4 inches by 4.5 inches. You'll notice the bottom of the frame is slightly bigger, and that's because Polaroid photos have that extra room on the bottom. And this will be really important to remember for when you cut the felt with your Cricut later on. This is what your canvas should look like with both the front and back layers before cutting. Once everything is sized, you can click Make It and head to step 2, cutting the felt. Next, it's time to cut the felt. Set up your cut by rearranging the layers and then click Continue. You'll need enough felt for at least one front frame layer and the back layer. You'll also need to switch out your blade to the rotary blade with your Cricut Maker in order to cut the felt. Then take your Cricut mat of choice and apply the felt onto it evenly. For some reason, my light grip mat was much better than my fabric grip, so that's why we're using the light grip today. You'll insert the mat into the Cricut and then press the arrow button for it to cut. The setting I used was felt acrylic fabric with more pressure. Now, once your Cricut is done cutting, carefully remove the felt off the mat and try not to stretch it too much. Remember to note where the top and bottom of the frame are. A helpful tip is to take a pen and lightly mark the back, as you can see here. Now we can start decorating the front of the frame by stitching the inside opening of the Polaroid frame. I'm taking a lot of embroidery string and tying a knot at the end. Then you will loop it through the embroidery needle hole. For the stitching on this Cricut project, you will perform a blanket stitch. This is a very common stitch, and I actually showed how to do this in my previous credit card wand tutorial, but we'll explain it again for those who are new to stitching. I highly suggest to practice stitching on a sample piece of felt before you start stitching away. And I say that from experience because I did this about 2 to 3 times because you want to make sure that the stitches are evenly distributed, and if you're not used to stitching, practicing will help. But basically, to start it, you will insert the embroidery needle and string from the back until it hits the knot. Then I will cut the excess off from the back so it doesn't get in the way. Flip the thread over to pull it from the back again. This is where it creates that little loop. And then to finish it off, you will loop the thread and needle through the thread. That will create the outer knot to keep everything in place. Now for the rest of the frame, you will not pull from the back. You will actually push the needle and thread through the front. And then before closing, again like you did before, loop it through. You will repeat the same exact process throughout the entire frame. It does take practice, but once you get the hang of it, it'll get easier as you go. Once you've reached your last stitch, you can loop the needle and thread through the first stitch to close it off. I then flip it to the back to knot it a couple of times and trim off any excess string. This is what it should look like when you're finished. Okay, now for my favorite part, step 4, decorating the rest of the front. This is where you can completely personalize your frame with beads, bows, charms, ribbon, and any other little trinkets. I recommend placing all of your accessories onto the front before you start stitching so you can get a better visual of how you want the frame to look. Also for this part, you'll want to use a smaller needle since you'll be threading beads and tiny charms. Trust me, I didn't do this at first and my fingers were unwell after trying to squeeze the needle through the tiny bead hole. You'll tie a knot at the end of the string and then loop the thread through the needle. Then start poking holes through the felt to weed through the beads and charms. You'll repeat this for every single charm that you have. You can also use glue if you'd like in this case, but I personally liked the threaded look. There are also no rules here for how to accessorize, so have fun with it. I added some gold charms and letter beads since the Polaroid photo for this frame was from when I graduated college. Then once you're done, trim off the excess string from the back to prepare for the next step, attaching the back layer to the front. Before you attach the front and back pieces together, you must ask yourself, is this frame going to be used again, or is this a custom frame for one Polaroid photo? If it's going to be used again, you will follow the exact steps in this tutorial by stitching an opening so the photo can slide in and out of the frame and can be replaced. But if this is a custom frame, it is optional and you can capture the photo inside the frame by closing the top. I'm using another blanket stitch around the outer edge of the frame to keep everything cohesive, starting at the top right. And this time you will loop through 2 layers of felt instead of 1 like how we did just the front. But a tip, do not start at the top if you want there to be an opening for the photo to slide in and out. I'll keep the instructions on screen again for the starting loop and the rest of the blanket stitch so you can see in real time. But of course, if you're already a blanket stitch pro, feel free to skip ahead or you can thread with me. Now once you reach the top left, instead of looping both the front and back layers, you will continue the blanket stitch as is with just the front layer. So instead of stitching both layers, you will only go through the front frame. This is how it'll look like the blanket stitch is continuing throughout the top without closing it, leaving room for you to insert your Polaroid photo. But if you want to close the Polaroid photo into the frame, you'd then insert your Polaroid photo here and then continue the blanket stitch through both felt layers. Again, this will all depend on your personal frame. Now once everything is sewn together, I'm adding magnets onto the back. This will be your fridge magnet and is completely optional. Magnetizing, it makes the Polaroid frame perfect for like lockers, fridges, or any other magnetic surface. You can of course leave it as is if you wanted to, or you can add a thread to make it into an ornament or hang it somewhere. Onto the last step, step 7, insert your Polaroid photo. And that's it. Your felt Polaroid frame is now complete. I genuinely cannot get over how cute these frames are. They feel so nostalgic and handmade in the best way possible. If you try this Cricut project, please tag me because I'm obsessed with seeing your versions of my Cricut projects, and I just know you're going to personalize these frames so beautifully, and I want to see. You can find all the materials, instructions, and PNG files on my newest platform, Substack, to make this project even easier for you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a very crafty day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!